salmon line as well. And the idea, of course, is this concept here. So I'll just draw that type of idea on the screens, and then I'll draw this one here. And then what I'll do is I'll draw in the price. That's going to be a net absorption. It's an exhausted absorption. Because you can see that there is a divergence on the deltas, and there is obviously a divergence between the deltas. So when we see that type of situation happening there's not enough buyers even to kick the price higher by much. So because there's still enough buyers, we should still see the elements of a possible voltic or a possible block trade coming in that we can then use as our lean to get the short sell working onto the trade, right? And then we get the short sell coming away from that type of trade area. It's a nice idea to look for. You might not want to do the deal because it might not line up with your value narrative, but at least we recognize it. Great example, gold. Take a look at that gold exhausted absorption up here. It should have the book lining up with it as well. There's a reason why the book must must line up with it, because they've maybe tried to punch the price higher, failed, and then just absorbed it. So the book should then say, you know what, we've had enough. We're going to take the price out. Here's a good example. You can see the price is retesting the highs here. The delta starts dropping. The book's already very short. And you can see on that candle there, an exhausted absorption. This should drop from that price. We should be able to make some easy money selling into that trade area. And we make some easy money selling into that trade area. Similar type pattern happened here. We've quite clearly got exhaustion right across the delta spectrum. We can quite clearly see that we're running liquidity stops here. We can see that there's a lot of sellers getting absorbed here, and we can see where the absorption is. The book, fortunately, goes bullish just behind us because the book was net bearish at that stage, but the book was net bullish behind us, and you could have easily have lent against those two absorptions there. Getting a little absorption there in an exhaustion world is a really strong storyline, and it takes the market up beautifully for a quick scalp profit on that bit of swing business. They're not small trades. This is a $200 winning trade there, and it only took you maybe about 10 minutes to make that money. The sell trade didn't make very much, as you can see, but it was 2 minutes later, you were still able to get an easy stop at break even. So just make sure you don't pass up on what the storyline is from these types of deals. An exhausted absorption can provide us with real money, tradable, real-time opportunities. If we miss the story, well, we might be left regretting it, because sometimes these things just move after that storyline takes place for obvious reasons. There's no more business to be done. And if there's no more business to be done, then there's a chance that the price might just simply bolt from those areas. And if the price bolts and you're not in it, you're not going to be in it. So when we kind of look at this as a net storyline, all of these candles have a storyline between the deltas, don't they? All of them. We can always recognize some of the stories in every individual candlestick. Every candle has a storyline. You can read it from a delta tick point of view and simply recognize what's going on a very, very small microchart basis. There's obviously too many buyers here. So there's too many buyers. Too many buyers, but the book's selling into it. But it's not giving us an exhaustion because there are still buyers. We need to see an exhaustion coming in. We need to see something up here. So in other words, this would be ideal if they both went in opposite directions, because that makes the trade really easy to spot. Otherwise, it's a value divergence. And we can see that if the blue line's ever in front of this line and it starts rolling over, it's a very high probability that it's going to retest the back to the bottom edge if it then lines up with the book. And there's the sell coming in right there, as we would have expected from that early storyline there of just an absorption, right? So we get, this is the Charlie D transition candle, remember? So if that's the Charlie D transition candle, buy side delta's sell side candle, well, that's a Charlie D transition. You know it's going to be a sell trade, at least to the prior swing low liquidity. So if you decided to take that swing trade there for a quick pop, you just got bottom edges. You just made yourself another winning profit from a Charlie D reversal. And remember, the book has to agree. This was a Charlie D reversal up here as well. You can see in here that there was definitely elements of Charlie D reversals coming into some of these candles. But not every candle's a Charlie D reversal. This is a Charlie D reversal candle. Right there, isn't it? That's a Charlie D reversal candle, that red spinner candle there. And that was the top edge price. These are the things you start using to get you into the right trades at the right prices using order flow. If you don't get the order flow, you might still be too early to a party, maybe too late to the party.